everybody, my name is Old School Nerd, and today's reaction, coming straight from one of my Patreon members, this is Trivium, like a sword over Damocles. Hey everybody, check us out on OLDSKULNERD.com. It's got all the social media posts, the Patreon link for those who want to support the channel. We appreciate every single one of you. Also links and updates for all the different concerts that I'm going to be going to soon. And I'll be taking video and little pictures and posting them up all over social media to share whatever I'm seeing with all of you. I think the next one up is Sabaton, followed by Electric Callboy and Bloodywood. That's 3 bucket list bands back to back to back. Speaking of bands, Trivium. This one's called Like a Sword Over Damocles. Now this one comes from earlier this year. This one's live from the hangar. This one comes from one of my Patreon members who wanted this one to be a reaction this month, and so I'm definitely going to get it done. I remember doing one other reaction for this band, but it's been a bit, so this will be kind of it'll be unfamiliar, so this will probably catch me off guard. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this, okay? Settle this in here. Trivium. Nice. That's a badass hook. Okay, that was a very different transition. They had a groove going, then they went aggressive with those power chords, rapid succession. You had a harsh vocalist over there on the left. It really is in a hangar. I thought like live from the hangar like it was a club. No, I think it's an actual hangar. All right. But this transition into this very melodic section kind of threw me off. I was like, wow, it's really melodic. I thought it'd be more aggressive, and kind of took me off guard. And all of a sudden your drummer literally goes into a run, a double pedal run here to kind of give it a little bit more weight, a little bit more purpose. And I'm kind of liking it. I'm going to back it up a little bit so we can watch it drop into the chorus. And then all of a sudden, as it progresses with that melodic tone, all of a sudden, it just picks up. It's kind of cool. Check this out. Ooh, I like this. Yeah, I'm stopping the song again. Why? Because it's my reaction and I can do that, damn it. But also because I'm really loving so much of what I'm seeing. I want to share with you everything going on in both my mind and my emotions as a drummer and a percussionist, what is going on here. At first I thought, you know, this band is doing everything you'd want in a metalcore, power metal kind of situation. It's fast, it's got everything you want. And then they do this reverse chorus where the chorus is melodic and held back versus the verse being held back. It's kind of a reverse build, which you'd expect from a metal band. Although Gojira did a song like this earlier in the year, and I was like, wow, it's so avant-garde. Trivium's doing very similar, the same thing. At first, I thought this song was a little disjointed, like the break between the harsh vocalist, the melodic vocals, the heavy prog power metal guitars, and then this very melodic verse tone seemed disjointed. Then they got to the breakdown, and then I was realizing that it wasn't disjointed. It was literally set apart so that way they could fill in the breakdown and give you a full, clear picture of how good musically these musicians are. I'm going to back it up a little bit to the beginning of the break because I want you to hear this again. And I want you to think about what I'm going to tell you. Number one, the drummer, for the beginning of this song, did what he needed to do, utilizing, yes, speed, precision, but then he held back a lot of things, didn't just fill the space with a lot of hits and impacts for no reason than just to do it, leaving it to, when he goes to the breakdown, to actually let the bass drop out for the beginning of the breakdown, him really build it up, and then segue into some excellent bell work. He owns that Zildjian ride perfectly. He runs the bell on the ride. Excellent hi-hat work in there for the syncopated beats. A lot of good mid-tom hits. Excellently done. Then he builds it through, gives it a really good groove. The bass player comes back in, and then they go off on this excellent breakdown that has a really deep groove to it that reminds you of some of the best bands out there, you know? Like the bands that actually own the groove metal style, like a Ginger and stuff. But this is done in another way. In the midst of this breakdown, you're going to have the lead singer / guitarist during the breakdown fill in the background, an amazing guitar solo that's wickedly fast and very high up on the fret tones. At the same time, the harsh vocalist is going to play a midline solo type run where it's not overdriven, but it matches into the groove. So you have three different styles of music occurring all at the same time, and they gel together, giving a really amazing musical experience that then transitions into such a progressive metalcore feel that you're like, man, these guys really were deceiving me at the beginning. I was like, okay, it's Trivium, cool. I've heard of this band. A lot of people love this band. I don't know a lot about them. Now I want to know everything about them because these guys are laying something down that really resonates as a musician and someone who loves the composition and arrangement in music and how people tell stories musically. A band, if it's done well, like a Rush, even though Rush lyrically was as expressive and elaborate in storytelling as any band in history, Rush was musically storytelling in all of their music. As musicians, they would tell these elaborate tales musically. So this is very, very similar in that style, but this is very, very, it's much harder than Rush. So I'm going to back this up at the beginning, and I want all of you to understand those things and listen for the things I just told you about and realize these are all the things that I just caught, and I'm suddenly in love with this band. I'm going to back that up a little bit. Okay, bass is out. Build up. Great tom work. He's rolling the ride. Hi-hat hits. Here's your midfill. So there's the melodic midfill. The drummer is laying it down perfectly. Here we go. Breakdown is still going. Here comes the bass player. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Wait a minute. What is this? Is this some kind of freaking all of a sudden I'm feeling like it's Arch Enemy because they're doing like multiple guitar solos in a song and not supposed to do that. I think this is what I really love about modern metalcore and progressive metalcore bands. Gojira, Trivium, even independent bands like Torrential Rain. All of these bands have no problem. Orbit Culture, right? We hear about all these bands that are taking musicianship and just telling that amazing arc. It's outstanding. I mean, I really, really, really like this. I like this a lot. I really like this band. I don't know why this is the... How am I not all over this already? This is ridiculous. Okay, I just wanna. Do y'all realize that there are literally 3 melodic storytelling musical arcs going on at the same time? The harsh vocalist guitarist, this guy here, is doing something completely different discipline-wise from the lead singer guitarist, and your bass and drummer are doing a third discipline in a rhythm section that's very groovy. It has a lot of groove to it. Normally, if a band did that, you'd be like, they need to get their stuff together. Da, 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 da. But there's a point where your musicianship and the writing and the way you're composing a song can be done so well that you can layer 3 different storytelling disciplines musically into the same song. We see it in bands like this. Meshuggah does it faster, heavier, but they do this as well. Torrential Rain, Orbit Culture, Fractal Universe, Gojira, Ginger. There's a lot of bands out right now that have no problem taking multiple different aspects of what we all know in different forms of metal music, interweaving them, and they're so good as musicians. Their musicianship is to a level where they take the time, break it down, and make it a cohesive sound that makes you feel like you're being pulled in every direction, but it's still on one same story. That is awesome. All right, everybody. This is like a sword over Damocles, live from the hangar, Trivium. Yeah, live performance. I'm just putting that together. That's damn good. All right, everybody. We'll see you on the next one. Hey. Before you go, love one another. Take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. Love and metal. Damn, this was a good one. I want to listen to it again. It needs to go on the playlist. It needs to go on the playlist. Yeah. I'm going to go do that. We'll talk to you later.